Good morning, President Dodd, Dr. Kimberly, members of the Governing Board, and members of Cabinet. Thank you for the opportunity to present the fourth and final part of the 2020-2021 Student Population Projections Report. This final part of the projection series, based on our projections report from Davis Demographics, focuses on site-to-site student enrollment projections, enrollment projections for high schools, and the presentation will conclude with key findings and time for questions. Along with an overall projection for each school level, the Student Populations Projections Report also includes projections for each school individually. As an example of the elementary schools report, Tuscany Hills Elementary School is shown here. The projection chart of each school not only shows the current enrollment as of the October 2020 CBEDS date, but also shows enrollment from the previous 3 school years, as well as projections out to the next 7 school years. It's important to note the numbers for the chart are based on students living within the school's attendance boundaries. Likewise, Lakeland Village School shows past, present, and projected enrollment for both the site's elementary and middle school populations. Furthermore, the high school projection charts convey the same enrollment information format with the addition of elementary and middle school age students within their attendance boundaries. Each site's individual enrollment projections are combined to form the overall and level-specific projection graphs discussed in previous parts of this report. To wrap up the report, let's take a look at the overall high school projections. This graph represents student enrollment for high school students district-wide. The solid blue line is actual enrollment numbers. High school student enrollment at CBEDS in the 2019-2020 year was at 6,675 students. Enrollment was projected to see an increase to 6,821 students according to our 2019-2020 projections report, as represented by the gray dashed line. This was an anticipated year of growth. But as we all know, COVID hit and our high schools ended up with only a slight student increase in the 2020-2021 school year to 6,749 students. From there, the orange dashed line shows an expected decline out to the 27-28 school year. The gap between enrollment we expected to see along the gray line and our projected enrollment along the orange line is consistent with the projected decline from each of the other school levels. For Part 4 of the overall projections report, here are the key findings. Student enrollment for high school students are projected to decline about 891 students over the next 7 years. That's a 13% overall decline. As shown in this and previous report sections, each of our school levels are projected to decline by double digits in the coming years. Along with the other school levels in our district, the long-lasting effects of COVID-19 on overall student enrollment will need to be monitored and adjusted for in the years to come. This concludes our 4-part report on student enrollment projections. Thank you for your attention.